Full-size cars are not a staple in Canada. We prefer smaller to mid-size sedans. However, there are still buyers out there that like a big car to smooth away the miles on a long road trip.
Well, how about the Toyota Avalon? It's based on the same platform as the Lexus ES. It has a starting price of $36,800 and it's about $2,700 less expensive than the Lexus. But the big question on both of our minds is, why would a potential buyer choose this Toyota over the more prestigious Lexus? Well, the answer is twofold. Toyota is trying to move their products away from being a logical purchase to a more passionate decision. And this new Avalon is filled with lots of goodies for the money.
We were there just over a year ago when this car was unveiled at the New York Auto Show, and they made a big deal about the fact that this Toyota was designed by their North American design team entirely. Sure, underneath it has the same underpinnings as the Lexus ES, but they're hoping that this design will resonate with North Americans. The front of the car is a bit polarizing. You either love it or could take a pass. I think it looks a bit like a fish swimming, but in this era of oversized front grills, it has a place. The shape flows from the front to the rear. The fish analogy might not be that far off, as this big car looks like it's slippery and smooth. The base XLE comes with halogen headlights. The top limited trim is fitted with HID headlights and LED marker lights. Both come with 18-inch alloy wheels and dual chrome exhaust tips. The Lexus ES, however, comes with 17-inch wheels as standard equipment.
The exterior styling is a big change over the last generation, which I think was a little bit conservative. But it's the interior that might have a few people a little bit confused. Now, traditionally, Avalon buyers are a little bit older, so putting a futuristic, updated, modern dash, though it might be welcome for some people, could be a little bit too much for others. The center console is covered in a hard plastic that has a slight grain to it. Instead of conventional buttons, this new Avalon has touch-sensitive tabs, very similar to a touchscreen smartphone. These operate the information, entertainment, and heating functions. They're very sensitive to the touch, but they can be operated with gloves on. After a while, they're easy to control, but the hard plastic surface starts to show marks from oily fingers. Surrounding the center console and along other surfaces is smoked chrome that also shows fingerprints and dust. This is a big, comfortable car. There's tons of space in the back seat and lots of room in the trunk, and all the seats are very comfortable. Another objective with this flagship sedan was to make it more appealing to a wider range of buyers. The previous model was so smooth and refined, with little feedback to the driver, it felt disengaged. For 2013, the engineers have made a concerted effort to make this a more dynamic car. Now don't kid yourself, this is no canyon carver, rather a more engaging ride with a closer steering ratio, firmer suspension, and less body roll. The proven 3.5-liter V6 engine that's found in the Camry and Lexus can also be found under the hood of this Avalon. This front-wheel drive sedan has 268 horsepower and a very slick 6-speed automatic. Paddle shifters are offered, but they kind of seem out of place in this boulevard cruiser. This limited model can also be equipped with the premium package that includes dynamic cruise control and a pre-collision system. Driving this Avalon can be described in 2 words: smooth and comfortable. Acceleration is effortless, you barely feel any bumps on the road, and the brakes are incredibly responsive. Now, the steering is a little bit light, but I like it.
And we have mentioned already this is based on the Lexus ES platform, but really this Avalon and the ES are a lengthened version of the Camry platform. Now the Camry and the Lexus are available as a hybrid, and they haven't decided to do that yet with this Avalon. Now Toyota has said they want to expand all of their vehicles to have a hybrid option, so expect to see that coming in the next few years. At the end of the day, this new Avalon produces a similar ride to the ES, but with a cheaper starting price and more standard features like leather seats for a price that's not that much more than a fully loaded Camry. A topped-out Camry is just under $35,000. This is the market that Toyota can exploit. If you're in the market for a Camry, the Avalon offers a lot of features and a big, comfortable package. I was at the launch of the previous Avalon on the Avalaon Peninsula in beautiful Newfoundland, a spectacular part of the world. It really defined what that car was all about, appealing to an older buyer with a traditional luxury floaty boaty feel. The steering was disconnected. It was not the best handling car. Now, they've gone to this platform that is lighter than the previous model, and the car definitely feels more planted. The suspension is firmer and you get more feedback, and you actually can feel the road and what the car is doing beneath you. So if you're looking at a Camry, this Avalon definitely is an option.
Well, Zach, what do you think of the new Avalon?
Well, first and foremost, it's a much better handling car than the previous model, which really floated along, had not very good steering input, much more nimble. It's a lighter car. It has a great motor that's tried and true, and it definitely does a good job. It's a cheaper car than the outgoing Avalon as well. At $36,800, there was a lot of value there. They packed it with all kinds of goodies, even when you compare it to the ES that it's built off of. Now, on the downside, there's a couple of things that I don't like. The screen in the middle of that cluster with the touch screens we pointed out is a bit small. You look at companies like Chrysler have the big 8.4-inch Uconnect screen. Also, the front end styling, Lacey, you're either going to love it or you're not going to like it. It is polarizing, so you decide at home. Lacey, what do you think of this car?
Well, you know what, Zach? I absolutely love the exterior styling. I think it looks fantastic. It's got that proven 3.5-liter engine. It's an incredibly comfortable car, and there's lots of space both for the passengers and for cargo. On the downside, I'm not crazy about the interior either. I don't really like how it looks, and I'm not a big fan of the touch-sensitive controllers. Well, Zach, we mentioned at the beginning of the show, why would somebody buy this Avalon over the Lexus?
Well, we also mentioned at the beginning that most Canadians buy smaller to mid-sized cars, and some people are going to go to the Toyota dealership and drive this car and look at it and say, you know what, for just a little bit more, I get a lot of car, and you're really stepping into an entry-level premium vehicle, and I think that's who they're going to sell the Avalon to.
Looking for a luxury car? Our reviews are available 24 hours a day at drivingtelevision.com.